Well, good morning to you. Today is Wednesday, October the 21st, 2020. You are now tuned in to the number one morning political primer in the nation. That is the Savage Political Bite. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Thank you for all of you that are tuning in, watching by Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and if you are watching and listening by podcast form, I'd like to welcome you as well. Today we have a very, very, very special Savage Political Bite. We're actually getting started just a bit early this morning because we do have a special guest that is in house this morning. It is this special kind of bite takeover with Marcom strategist Sherron Washington. I am so excited to have her. So when Sherron comes on, that's the voice that you'll be hearing. I'll be introducing her very shortly. So good morning to everyone, and thank you for joining. Tortia, it's fantastic to see you. Also, it's great to see you as well, Pam Jackson. So, as soon as Sherron joins, I'm going to add her to the broadcast so you will know that voice that you hear is, in fact, that of my buddy Sherron. Um, so, as you all come in, I want you to go ahead and say good morning so I can make sure I shout you out, whether folks are watching by podcast or listening by podcast, or they're watching this by Facebook or YouTube. So, good morning to you, Sherry Jones. Always fantastic to see you, Pam, my girl Green Jackson, and Tortia. And it looks like we have Sherron here this morning. So, bum, bum. Let's see if we can get Sherron added to the broadcast. This is our first time doing this, so let's see if it's going to allow me to add her. Good morning, Kim. Always fantastic to see you doing the great work of a democracy. Thank you so much for joining. Um, for everybody that's joining right now, we're doing a special Savage Political Bite takeover with Sherron Washington. So just getting going here to see how to add her. This is both of our first time looking to see how we're going to do this. Facebook is very easy to do via Instagram. And give me 1 second here, Sherron. Let me see if I can add you to this broadcast. As everybody patiently waits, I greatly appreciate that. Um, and you know what? That might not be, um, that might not be, I'm not sure, Sherron. I don't think that the functionality of ad broadcast um, works the same here as it does on Instagram Live, to be very honest with you, Sherron. I've clicked add to broadcast, but it is not actually bringing you in. It just brings in your comment, and the comment is added to broadcast. So that is the extent of add to broadcast here for me. Let me know if you're seeing something differently, but that is what I'm having. If Sherron and I are not able to do the takeover here on the Facebook Live, what I think we're going to probably have to do, Sherron. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let me know. Just for the audience to know, Sherron and I are not successfully able to do a split screen broadcast where we're going to be talking about specifically. Oh my gosh! Hi, now, Bia, you're going to have to please, if you would, um, allow me provide me with the correct pronunciation of your name. Um, I don't want to chop it up, but I know this woman is doing incredible work on the Biden campaign. So we've got Sherry Jones doing great work in the state of North Carolina. We've got Baya, I'm not sure, and I don't want to even chop up the last name. But if you even peruse her page in the least bit, you will see the incredible work she is doing. So thank you so much, and good morning to you. Appreciate you being a part of the broadcast this morning live. So glad to have you again. This is the Savage Political Bite, the number one morning political primer in the nation. We're looking to do a bite takeover with Sherron Washington. She regularly is a part of By Gia. By Gia. By Gia. By Gia. Good morning, good morning, good morning, sis. So fantastic to see you joining the Savage Political Bite this morning. I just want to share a little bit with you all about my friend Sherron. I've talked about her many times here on the broadcast. She's a part of the Bite Gang, and she is a Marcom strategist. She's also a communications professor in the DC area and the owner of P3 Solutions. So, one of the nicknames I have for her is Mogul. She also has been doing, since this pandemic, even before the pandemic, was doing, um, just really shifted kind of mind body mindset and began to work out. She then did these workouts on live. Um, Good morning. That's my what's up? It's been a long time, Jeff. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that, brother. I received that. Listen, in Jesus' name, we will happen. So I appreciate you. Good morning, Sloan. But my good friend Sherron Washington, she's a native Washingtonian. I've talked about her, and one of the nicknames. She does so many things, but they all feed back into who she is, which is a Marcom strategist. But she started this whole shift into healthy living, healthy eating. She's a super warm person, smiling, great personality. Has a global community of women that she's connected. It's called the Blue Community. And in that shift that she did with her eating, with her healthy habits, she also became an ambassador for different fashion houses and footwear. So she's also a model. How awesome is that? So that is my incredible friend. Yeah, Sharon, I don't think the interface is different. I don't think the interface is the same for us as it is on IG Live. So here's what we're going to do, because this is something that Sharon and I have been working to do since last week. And here we are with this week present. We definitely wanted to build up the audience. We're either going to have to do this on IG Live, or we'll record it between ourselves and then post it on our respective pages. So I see you, sis. I so appreciate you consistently being on a part of the Bite Game. Great suggestions, everyone. At this point, we're really going to go ahead and move forward with the Savage Political Bite. So, thank you so much, Sharon. We'll definitely, I mean, because people do IG lives all the time. There's always new content and new information, um, and new ways that we're, spreading these most important messages across, particularly as we get down to 12 days until November the 3rd. So, Sharon, my sister, thank you. It's definitely been great efforts on both of our. All right. Look, that sounds good. So this is what Sharon and I are going to do, you all. Um, After this, we're going to go over to IG. And so we're going to end this broadcast at 7:55. Or we may end, and I may end it a bit sooner, maybe 7:50 or so. Um, Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we're either going to do IG Live or we're going to do a Zoom. She'll provide the link, and you all will be able to come in that way. So if that works for everybody, I think, Sharon, what we can do, we'll in this broadcast at 7:45, um, and then we'll fire up the Zoom or the IG. It'll only take us a couple minutes. So about 7:50ish, you all can either join that Zoom link or join that IG Live. Facebook is the parent company of IG, as you all well know, and they are making tremendous strides. They've just shifted over. I don't know if you all noticed that your messenger icon did shift. They're making it much easier for people to be able to cross communicate between Facebook and Instagram. So a lot of that interfacing is merging together, which, some of that is pretty good, because there are some people that do have IG pages that don't necessarily have Facebook pages, but they are one and the same. That is the parent company of Facebook. So, okay, great. Bite Gang OG Aaron says, okay, great. And so whatever Aaron says, so goes the rest of the Bite Gang, right? But thank you so much for that liberty and time. We definitely want to be able to get this conversation out because Sharon has been a Marcom strategist for quite some time. And uh, she's been a Marcom strategist for quite some time. And we did have a conversation, I think about a year ago, around ethics and marketing and politics, which was a fantastic conversation. It did well. And when she came to this place, like, hey, we need to do this again. And I was like, this is perfect because I'm going to give you all a little taste of some of the things that we made a decision around what we were going to be discussing. And it's and we have to, because this undoubtedly has been happening in general election cycles now. Unfortunately, for the past few cycles, I want to say good morning to my mother. Good morning to you. I want to say good morning to my daddy. Hey, daddy, good morning. So good to see you. Love that my parents are always on support. Good morning, Einstein. Fantastic to see you. And thank you, everybody that's jumping on and joining. The two things that we definitely wanted to talk about were sifting through the noise of the election and how the current occupant of the White House is specifically targeting Black men through ads. And so he does not need the fullness of the Black vote, but because of the percentages that he did receive in 2016, he just needs to peel off a bit more of that to actually help to take him over the threshold. And so, marketing is particularly important when we think about the disinformation campaigns that we well know, right, were launched against specifically our communities through Russia, but that it never did stop. It is ongoing, and that we've actually seen it. Become a lot more micro targeted in very, very insidious ways. And some of that messaging is breaking through. So, I remember Sprite had this slogan um, um, image is everything. I think it was thirst is nothing, image is everything, or something like that to that effect. I may be totally um, butchering that slogan. But what has always stuck with me when I think about it, as you can see, all these many years later, is around Sprite and imagery. And when I think about Sprite commercials and I think about imagery, I see a bunch of colors, a lot of celebrity kind of undertones in that. So, imagery has a very, very, can have a powerful imprint on all of us. Um, um, none of us can take the exception to that. What we can do, though, is again plug in that formula that we have with the Savage Political Bite. When you get that newsletter, is directly under Savage Political Bite, which is information plus engagement equals power. And so when you understand what is actually being um, targeted, what's actually being provided and given to you, it better gives you power to be able to say, I understand that there is very specific reasoning that this is impacting and affecting me the way that the way that it is. And I either accept or reject that. So that I believe is definitely the power of imagery, particularly in this time when so much of what we that impacts us is social media. Just talking about the cross messaging between Facebook and Instagram, thinking about Twitter. So great. So Sharon has already created the Zoom, the link. What I'm going to do is copy and paste this, and I will in this broadcast. I'm inviting each and every one of you all. You see the time on here is 7:45 a.m. So let me do a roll call real quick because I need Einstein. Good morning. Need you to join. Good morning, Aaron. Sloans need you to join. Thank you, Pam. Fantastic suggestion. And here we are. We're about to do the Zoom. So Pam, Jeff, everybody that's on that I've shouted out, need you to come on Zoom. I'm going to take this this Zoom link. Good morning, Dr. Wilson. Love you so much. Great to see you this morning. I'm going to take this Zoom link. I'm going to copy and paste this link, and you see the passcode is BITE. Um, I'm going to copy and paste this link, all of the information that Sherron put into this. I'm going to copy and paste this on top of this broadcast. Good morning, Lily. So fantastic to see you. We're asking you to invite your friends. So it is 7:42. All of this information that's in the comment, I'm going to paste it on top of this broadcast so that you can easily access and come in the room. And we'll see you all on the Zoom link at what time, everybody? 7:45. Invite your friends, invite your parents. My mommy and daddy are here. Good morning, Brentic. We're getting ready to shut this out. Going to a Zoom. Please join us, Mr. Richardson. Everybody that's on this Zoom, you come, invite some more folks, and we will see you in just a few minutes for the Bite Takeover featuring Marcom Strategist and the CEO of the P3 Solutions, Sherron Washington. See you all in just a few minutes.